We went on another adventure. This time we found a record store that even we didn't know about. Let's check it out.
Every year we try to do a Christmas with your family somewhere, right? And this year we went to Carolina Beach.
Whether we're with family or not, we're always trying to seek out records, new places we can find them, and we definitely found a unique spot on our first visit. We went to the Ibis Hi-Fi Coffee and Cocktail Bar.
It was so good.
What do the kids say? It's a vibe.
So what I noticed after looking around in there at first, they have like little books about records and they have, you know, little things. And then when you walk a little further, there's like a whole little DJ set, you know, records in the back.
Specifically curated by Matt from
Yes.
Gravity Records. If you don't know Matt,
His hands feel like rich brown suede.
we're not here to give food reviews. We're not here to give coffee reviews, which, by the way, the coffee is...
It's the best. Love it.
We were driving on the way to get coffee and we passed a shop and it was called. So we were like, put that back there. We've never heard of that before.
What is that?
Is it time for a puppy break?
Puppy break!
So then we did a lot of other non-vinyl related things. My parents jetted off. And it was just me, you, my sister, and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So of course we had to drag them around to some record stores. So that mental note we made, we hit up the Fuzzy Needle. I didn't know this place existed, and I sort of pride myself on like researching every record
Yeah.
store near us.
And I was gonna mention that. Like normally we'll look and see what record stores are around and then like plan to go to those in that area. But
Yeah.
this one we just passed it and we were like, oh.
It felt like an open art space
Yeah.
more than a record store, which isn't a bad thing. They had a
Right.
great selection. Very welcoming.
Clean, good vibes.
Dudes that ran it was great.
So nice.
They had games to distract my sister and my brother-in-law, which is great.
Good idea.
Because they can probably only dig through bins when they don't collect for so long.
Canteen.
There was this music playing over the speakers, and I was like, who is this? And I honestly forget the name of
Same.
what was playing, but they were like, oh yeah, he's really good. He's actually in this band called,
Wednesday.
it's on the Dead Oceans label.
That's the first thing that caught my eye, I guess, was the Dead Oceans label. And so I like pick it up and I'm like, oh, Dead Oceans. I was telling your sister and then the worker pops up and is like, yeah, it's great. And so I'm like, cool, getting it.
So I was shocked to find this new. I have volume 1, which I bought used, but I was adamant on finding it in the wild. Jackson C. Franck, The Complete Recordings, volume 2. I found out about his music through a documentary. It's very like Americana, folk. I would check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. How many volumes are there?
I think only 2,
Nice.
but I could be wrong. The next one I picked up was something that like was on my radar, but I wasn't like clamoring to grab it.
Right.
But I saw it for like 17 bucks or 16 bucks. It is Turnstile in Bad Bad Not Good, New Heart Design. It was that Record Store Day exclusive.
Right.
It's a really cool variant. I love anything Turnstile does. I've enjoyed watching them progress through their career from just a straight hardcore band to something else, and I like both. So after the Fuzzy Needle, of course we went to Gravity Records to see Matt.
Well, yeah.
My sister and her husband got a little bit bored. They're not collectors. So we spent a little bit of time there. Went home. We're like, we got to go back and dig a little bit more.
Yeah. I passed this one, which I've only seen one other record of theirs in a store once. Little Dragon, Slugs of Love.
I just like the name.
Me too. I pretty much love anything Little Dragon does. One of their newer albums is probably one of my favorite albums ever. It's really hard to find. Maybe one day I'll have that one, but this'll do.
So I picked up the classic Usher, My Way.
Oh my God,
Most
yes.
recent reissue. Not the Vinyl Me Please one. I bought this new. Great R&B record. Can't really go wrong with some early Usher. First two.
Right.
Amazing.
Jeez, so good.
Yep.
Classics. So I was going between this one and another one for a little while in the store, and I decided to pick this one because it's perfect. The Yeah Yeah Yeahs, it's Blitz, it's perfect. 2009, when Heads Will Roll came out, so good.
I've never heard more than like one of their songs.
Wow.
I know.
The whole album's vibe.
So I've been on a kick to find a bunch of like hard rock from the 60s and 70s, along with some psych without, breaking the bank because those private presses can get real expensive. So I picked both of these up for like $6-7 each. They're really clean copies. First one is Iron Butterfly, heavy. It's just good hard rock.
Yeah,
It's
look at
an
that rock on it.
It's an early pressing. It's a really fun listen, and I think you should all check it out.
I really like that album artwork.
Yeah, no, it's one of my favorites for
It
sure.
is really cool.
Next one I picked up, honestly, because I liked the name. I had never heard anything about it. Pulled it up on Apple Music, listened to maybe 30 seconds of like the third song, and was like, yeah, I gotta pick this up.
Nice.
Vanilla Fudge.
Vanilla Fudge.
I know nothing about this band. I'm hoping somebody here can shed some light on it, but it is kind of a ripper of a record.
That's cool, and it's the same as like the
Same label, yeah.
Same label as the last one.
This next one I already own. It's a later repress, but this one is a 2006 Japanese pressing. I love Church of Misery. One of my favorite doom bands. I'd say like third on the list. Each one of their albums is it's a whole different subject matter in a strange sense. This one is The Second Coming. Jeffrey Dahmer gracing the cover, if you will.
And the victims behind him, which is
It's wild. So stick with me, another Church of Misery record. This time it's a split with Deer Creek. I didn't know this existed. Who doesn't like Silverchair? I mean,
man.
Frog Stomp is an accomplishment. Truly, they were very young when they released that record
so
too.
good.
I think they reinvented themselves with Neon Ballroom. So I picked up a European pressing. I think it's the Music on Vinyl pressing. I haven't looked too far into it, but I didn't own it. So I grabbed that. It's just a nice little black copy. No complaints here. So the old heads in the vinyl community will tell you they only had black pressings when I was collecting. Blah blah blah. This new colored stuff is just a gimmick. Well, I have a 1970 U.S. pressing of Dave Mason, Alone Together. I absolutely love finding color variants of older records.
Me too.
Your dad turned us on to Dave Mason, who
Yeah.
has had a giant career. He's played with Fleetwood Mac, Jimi Hendrix. We like this album so much that we actually played it back at the Beach House for everybody. So thanks for coming along on our adventure. I had a blast. I'm sure you'll see more adventures like this in the future. With that being said, I am Matt.
I'm Stacy.
This is Vinyl Reckoning. Y'all be easy. Have a good night.
Bye.